in 10. Oh, yeah. Oh, hello, you lot. You caught me warming up my hands, you didn't you? Oh, I tell you what, come on in. Welcome to me humble abode. Oh, yes. I've been stuck here that long. I thought I'd leave my Christmas tree up. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful, eh? I haven't even opened my presents, just in case someone sent me that corona thing. I hear she's been doing her rounds, oh yeah. You can never be so careful these days, can you? Oh, I know. Oh, do excuse me, my apologies. Hello, the Doubtcook residence. Oh, hello, you. It's me sister, Vera. Now, what's up, Vera? Oh, yes, I've got it in the post this morning. I give it a good sanitize with me alcohol juices. Oh, yeah, you got to have your news. That is terrible, isn't it, eh? Oh, yeah, I know, eh? Oh, I'm about to read it to the ladies and jitterbugs at home I am. Oh, yes, I'm live again. I'm live again. Oh, yeah. It's about time, ain't it? Took long enough, ain't it? I'm like a little star now, I am. Oh, yes, lovely, yeah. No, they're nice people, they are. Well, I think so. Most of them. Well, some of them. Yeah, I'm going to read them that story you sent me from when we got expelled at school, eh? Now, mind you, after we found out my condition, they soon let me back in, didn't they? What do you mean? Do they know about my dyslexia? Oh, well, if they didn't, they do now, don't they? God. Now, I remember, you know, the last time I read out loud and got all my words muddled up, the audience at home would put me right by shouting at the screen or typing the correct words in the comments below. Anyway, Vera, listen here. You're going to have to let me get on with it. You know how quickly these viewers get bored? Before you know it, they'll have scrolled on and be watching behind the scenes of the Tiger King. Hey, that reminds me, you know, you can tell that Carol bloody Baskin, she better get her skinny ass down to the nunnery and pray for some forgiveness, eh? Yeah, I know, eh? Oh. Anyway, look out, Vera. Go on. I'm going to say ta-ra. So, ta-ra a bit, love. Yeah, all right. Ta-ra, ta-ra. Oh, bless her. Sorry about that. It was our Vera, it was. She's been a pain in me backside since lockdown began, I tell you. It was her idea to keep me blooming Christmas tree up. I'm sure she just wants me to have some bad luck, I know her. Anyway, it was our Vera, though, that reminded me about this fairy tale story that we had to write and recite as children. She kept them all this time, and she thought I could share it with you lot with me new show, you see. Oh, yes, me new show. Why don't you sit back and relax as we go on a little trip down memory lane? You see, it was back in my school days as a young girl. Yes, odd to imagine, I know, eh? We were asked to write a fairy tale in our own words, I'll have you know. We were told we'd even have to read it out loud to the entire class. Oh, can you bloody well believe it? Oh, I'd always muddled up my words, but for some reason, this made the teacher so angry, she threw me out and sent me to the headmaster. Oh, I was traumatized, to tell you. Anyway, it turned out that they had a condition called dyslexia or something. I've never heard of it, me. Apparently, it's something that muddles up your words. But to be honest, to this day, I don't see what the problem was. I thought this story was bloody good. Anyway, so for my first trip with you lot down memory lane, I thought I'd recite it here for you tonight, word for word. Now, if for some reason I happen to muddle things up, I don't always notice, you see. But if I should, I beg you, me darlings, I beg you, please put me right by typing the correct word in the comments below.
All right. Ah, you lovely little chucky eggs. Of course you will, won't you? Oh, that's why we have you in, you know. Aye.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you my school days version of the beautiful fairy tale I call Rinder Cella. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, lived a girl called Rinder Cella. Oh. Now, she lived in a big house, you know. It was with the father, a wicked stepmother, and her 2 sisters. Now, her sisters, they were called Betty Swallocks and Mary Hinge. They were bright, ugly bastards. But Rinder's only had one friend, and his name was Buttons. Ah, but Buttons, he wasn't talking to Rinder's. Oh, no. Do you know why? Well, it's because she wouldn't cook his socks. Then one day, a letter arrived inviting Rinder's and her sisters to the ball at the Palace of the Pransome Hints. When Rinder's asked if she could go, her sisters just said no. You must stay here, shiveling shut and emptying pospins. Now, the night of the ball came, and Betty Swallocks and Mary Hinge, they shut Rinder's in the coal cellar, and off they went to the ball.
Rinder's cried and cried and cried.
Oh. Now come on, ladies and jitterbugs, you can do better than that, can't ya?
Rinder's cried and cried and cried. Oh. There you go, darlings. Oh, I knew you'd join in. Oh, you make an old lady so happy, you know. Where were we? Oh, yes, here we are.
Suddenly, there was a hooking huge bong.
What the tuckfor's that? Screamed Rinder's. Don't fear, my child. It is me, your Gary Fodmother, and you shall go to the ball. Fetch me a pumpkin, some rats and mice. Rinder's fetched them without question, and with a wave of her wings, she turned the mice into 6 white horses, and the pumpkin into a hooking huge carriage. Hooking fell, said Rinder's. Remember, said the Gary Fodmother, you must be home by midnight. The ball was full of some of the most beautiful women of the realm. I imagine there was a few ugly ones too. You know, you can't go anywhere these days without an ugly one tagging along, can you? Oh, you know what I mean, eh? A bit like some of you out there watching tonight. You know who you are. Anyway, it soon became obvious that the Pransome Hints was looking for a bride. Oh. Suddenly, the prince spotted Rinder's. Shan't see a fag, he said. But as the clock would have it, the clock struck 12. Swallock, said Rinder's. Hang on, I didn't even get a Joe Blob, said the prince. In Rinder's haste to get home, she dropped her slipper on the steps. Whoever this flipper sits, I shall marry, said the prince. The Pransome Hints searched and searched, but no one would slip the fitter. He eventually came to Rinder's house. He first tried the slipper on Mary Hinge, but the flipper wouldn't sit. He then tried it on Betty Swallocks. Well, she squeezed and squeezed and squeezed, but the flipper still wouldn't sit. In fact, she squeezed so much, she let out a fig bart. Ooh, that stucking finks, said the Hints. Finally, he tried the slipper on Rinder's, and the flipper sitted. Hooray! no, ladies and gentlemen. And the flipper sitted. Hooray! Oh, bless you. You're so beautiful, aren't you, my little cotton socks? Oh. Anyway, hang on, there's a bit more. Oh, yes. And then the prince took her upstairs and bragged her chains out. After a few years, the Pransome Hints and Rinders were married. Oh, well, at least they got married, didn't they, eh? Oh, so that's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, hang on, there's a little bit more here. Sorry. She ended up with 8 children. Oh, beautiful. 8 children, look at that. She ended up with 8 children. Oh, yes. And a foal and swanny. The end. Until next time, everybody, you've been beautiful. Ta-ra a bit. Ta-ra.
That's all, folks.